Okay, we're 10-8, and the number is 180 and the letter is G. My name is Mig, and I am speaking to you from my wonderful empty room. Today we're going to play Hearts of Iron 4. I'm super excited for Stellaris 2 to come out in a couple days, but for now, we will try a little bit of Hearts of Iron 4. We're going to do Hungary. We're going to do Otto von Habsburg. We are going to do regular difficulty. Been a while since I've played on this machine. I think it wanted me to reload my tutorial save. I've mostly played this game on my laptop because this is a fun game to play when I'm wandering all over the place. Anyway, we're going to play regular, we're going to play Hungary, we're going to play historical because that's going to squish Germany. We're going to go for the Habsburg strategy. We're going to combine with Austria. Ooh, hello, Gong. We're going to combine with Austria and Czechoslovakia. We're going to be a dagger pointed at the heart of the German Reich, and then what we're going to do is we're going to use something of an exploit that I may have found in the game to be able to do a sneak attack on Germany and take about half, I'm hoping about half of Germany, before they realize what's going on and try to stabilize the lines against us. First, let me figure out all of the stuff that we're going to do up here, and then we'll talk a little bit more about how we're going to exploit Germany. So, research is research as research, and la 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 la. Everybody does the same research at the beginning as I understand it. We want one of these, we want one of these, and we want one of these. Groovy. Civilian factories. So, the first thing that we want to talk about for these things, I forgot. I always try to play this game on the WASD keys until I stop. But, one of the things about this game is that if you want to have a successful, if you want to successfully consume both Austria and Czechoslovakia, you're not going to want to do scary things. So I try not to build military factories from the beginning. You know, 2 civilian factories just to get our poor little civilian factories going is more than good enough. We do have our military factories, so what we're going to want is definitely some artillery, definitely some crappy fighter planes, definitely some transports. Do we want to start with transport? Maybe we won't do. Maybe we don't need to do transports. That should be fine for now. I'm kind of torn on the Great War Tank, but I think we're not going to bother with the Great War Tank. We'll wait until we get the first light tanks before we do anything. No template for the towed artillery. That's fine. We'll get it up eventually anyway. Let's go ahead and deal with the trade next. So we got a whole bunch of this missing, so let's go ahead. We like France. France will be our friend eventually, we hope. Thank you, France. I think for the rest of it, we'll leave it be. Let's have a check. Right, the fighter's going to be a little bit down. The artillery's going to be a little bit down. I think we want the artillery, actually. No, not yet. So with only 5 factories just to start with, we just got rid of one, so that's fine. We'll be okay with the fact that we're missing the rest of these things for now, but only for now. Alright, so for national focus, what we're going to want to do is reintegrate the railroads. Oh, obviously we can't do that first, right? But it makes Austria and Czechoslovakia like us a lot more than they would have otherwise. So I think if you're doing any kind of peaceful reunification plan, you have to go do the reunify the railroads first. Unassigned divisions, we'll get there in a second. No template, we're fine. Low manpower. Yeah, we got 52 guys in reserve. That's kind of useful, right? So, hello, noisy person. We got some guys. They're kind of useful. They're kind of cool. Let's go ahead and set them down in here. Although what we're going to do is we're going to take these 2 guys. Oh my god. That's going to get old really fast. Sorry, I apologize. Game options, audio, voice volume. You can be music level volume, right? Great. So anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to take these guys. We're going to get our second best general. Who's our second best general? This guy, level 3 guy, right? Yes, this level 3 guy. We're going to put our best general, actually, on the horsemen. So, you know, one of the things that we're going to be thinking about is how in the world are we going to take out Germany? We're going to take out Germany by first absorbing Austria, then absorbing Czechoslovakia, then giving them back some of Czechoslovakia, because that's how this game works, and then attacking Germany straight up and in. Now, just to give it away in the first episode, the way you do it is that right when you get the Danziger War event and the game pauses for it, you start to justify against Germany using the claims you get for their absorption of the Sudetenland. Yeah, by justifying on them, you blow world tension up really high at above 50%. Using the heightened world tension, you can then guarantee against Poland, like right as they're about to go to war with Poland, right? So you immediately pop up with a guarantee for Poland, right as they're about to declare, yeah. And then you stop justifying, and it bops the it makes the world tension go back down again, right? So essentially what happens is you get the ability to have a war goal on Germany without Germany realizing or being able to deal with the fact that you're going to have a war goal, right? Their entire army is going to be up on the Polish border, raring to go. Let's go ahead and get going here. They're going to be up on the Polish border, raring to go, right? And they will go. They'll go for a day or two before Poland calls us in. When Poland calls us in, we're just going to rush in, you know. We're going to rush essentially from Prague to Berlin. We're going to run around over here. We're going to try to cut people off behind the Siegfried line here. Interestingly enough, by doing our consumption of Czechoslovakia and Austria rather than Germany's consumption of Czechoslovakia and Austria, you don't get the same level of world tension, so the Allies can't guarantee Poland. So normally you'd be throwing Poland under the bus, but we are going to come to Poland's aid, and it's going to be Poland and Austria-Hungary versus Germany is going to be the start of World War II. France and Britain won't get into it until Germany declares on the Benelux. It would be stupid for them to declare on the Benelux because of the amazing invasion that I'm going to hopefully carry off here, right? But because they're stuck on the historical focuses, they're just going to get to... Alright, so remilitarization of the Rhineland, national focus completed. I just noticed... We're going to want to reintegrate the railroad, so that's fine. I just noticed that it did not pause when I do that, so give me half a moment. I will apologize for all of these things. Autosave, hot join, pause on notifications. We're still going to want to pause on notifications, so that's fine. Close it up and let it go. Where was I? Right, so we're playing with a historical focus, right? So after attacking Poland, Germany is required to go to attack the Benelux. Which it does, even though it will be hopefully getting smashed by me in the middle, right? So eventually, Britain and France do come in on the war, and when they do come in on the war, then they offer to take us up into the Allies. I'm not sure what we'll do then. I'm not sure if we're going to play this the long way, or we'll just play it up to the point where we get the exploit, we bum rush Germany, and we see where the front lines stabilize out. But for now, we're going to play through the beginning and see how far we can get. Pretty standard beginnings to everything. I guess we're okay with everything. How are the armies doing? Keep the clock rolling. Armies are not great. What are we missing? We're mostly missing manpower, right? So let's go ahead and it makes me sad. No, you know what? We're not really going to get into war, so I'm not really worried about my armies, right? They're at crappy strength and everything like that. Once we can get them strength, that'll be fine. We're not going to actually keep them in this template anyway. We actually get much better templates from Austria and from Czechoslovakia, so we're just going to hang out here while we build things. Probably the next thing that will happen is that we're going to get our political advisor, so we might as well just pop this open and wait for him. We will want to get, what, silent workhorse. We're going to need a lot of political power. We're going to be doing a whole lot of stuff. A whole lot of making people happy with us. We're going to be burning a whole lot of political power on increasing our increasing our relationship with people. So, we got to reintegrate the railroads. As these go, things will be good. Now we can go for the political stuff. Secret rearmament, blood agreement. We don't want to do that until we've got everything all nice and stabilized. Now we're going to go down here. Now we're going to go all the way down here. We're going to get to protect Czechoslovakia, and we're going to stop. But now we're going to run the political side of things and get Otto in on the game, right? Groovy. Off we go. Machine tools comes up. Right? What do we want? This might be nice. This might be nice. Let's just go ahead and get the cheap, actually. How far ahead are we? I don't know that ahead of time penalties are that good. I don't know that dispersed industry is going to be all that important for us. We'll go ahead and do concentrated industry, see how bad it works for us. We're not actually playing... The most of the combat's going to happen before Germany gets its big strategic air fleet anyway, so hopefully everything goes okie dokie. So we're about to... Right, good enough. Let's go ahead and get our silent workhorse. Give us even more political power, and we're going to try to put good old Miklos here out of a job. As soon as we can. So, Purple Army here. Let's see what you want to be. You are going to be our primary Blitzkrieg army, right? You're going to have all of the bits that let you go really fast. So I'm not really sure what that would look like, right? Maybe a star. You guys can be the red star because we're going to pretend like we like the Soviets until we attack them much later on, if we ever even get that far. But anyway, we got some research. That would be quick research because research. We'll go ahead and do the... Nope, we're not going to do that yet. So, next thing we do is anti-tank. One of the things that we are going to need to do is get a whole lot of anti-tank stuff up. If we do get into a war against Germany, they're going to have a lot more tanks than we do. So one of the best ways we will have to defend ourselves is by having some door knockers to hopefully slow them down. Because again, we're going to be playing early enough that their tanks aren't going to be that great. Hopefully our not that great anti-tanks will do some of the job for us and at least allow us to blunt their armored strikes, because we are going to get armored strikes. That is definitely for sure. So first guy up gives us more political power. We like political power. Political power is necessary. Next guy up, we want to increase... And that's going to give us, right, that's going to give us a whole bunch of political power. So now we want to strengthen the non-aligned things. By being non-aligned, these guys are going to be much more likely to like us. These guys are kind of non-aligned. They're kind of fascist, but we can overcome their natural fascist tendencies. They love us. They're our friends. They like us because we have given them the railroads. So we get plus 35 for reintegrate the railroads. Even though these guys are democratic and those guys are fascist, we're going to get them back and make them be much more non-aligned from us. All right, so we'll do another political advisor. The next political advisor that we want to get, shoot, I forget what we want to do, is the monarchist, right? So daily support for non-aligned. Off we go. Next one we're going to want to get is the guy to give us the army experience, because we're going to want to get support artillery and stuff up. Alright, Spanish Civil War. 1936. Can't help but be expected. 8%. A lot of the beginning of this game is sitting around and waiting for interesting things to happen. Alright. So, August of 36. Don't have you going yet. Maybe I'll get... No. What do I want to do? I want to get the paratroopers, right? So one of the things that we're going to want to do is paratroopers. Basically, the question that we need to ask is, given the fact that we're going to get a free shot at Germany, right? Basically, we're going to have a wide open border, and it's going to be go on war, and we're going to have to go as fast as possible, right? What are the best ways to do it? I think one of the best ways to do it is with paratroopers up across on his Baltic coast and on his North Sea coast, right? And the other is going to be our crack Hussar troops, you know, rushing up from our front lines with our troops following in behind. I think that's the right way to do it. Hopefully we are doing the right amount of research to do it. Paratroopers, on the other hand, you know, getting up here into Hamburg, right, or Wilhelmshaven, or what, Kiel. All this stuff up here is where his victory conditions go. This guy is easy to take. This guy is not so easy to take, but moderately easy to take. Berlin actually will hopefully be easy to take. It was easy to take the first time I did this. I've done this once. I was not prepared for it. I was like actually not paying attention, and Danzig of War came up, and I went, oh, well, what a bummer. What can I do here? And I played around with it for a little bit, and I found the little exploit, right, to justify and then guarantee and then unjustify. But I wasn't really prepared for what that would give me, so I kind of did the best I could with it, but now I'm going to try to actually play it as an exploit and see how far can I go when I know what's going to be happening, right? Off we go. We're going to get this going as quick as we can. Hopefully we can get through a lot of stuff here. It's going to be a while to get a couple of years in. Alright, so you... No, not you. You. Right. Military theorist. I want army experience gain. So when I get the armies that I'm actually going to want to play with, I'm going to have 10 army points up here so I can put my towed artillery into the guys that I'm going to be making. And you know what? I think we actually do. Let's just get our tungsten going right now. It means our stuff will grow a little slower. Does France have tungsten? Hey, France. You like us, right? Give us some tungsten. That's a little extra. It's a little wasteful. We may or may not want to do that. I think it's more important to get up all of the... Yeah, because these guys are going to want tungsten also, right? So that's fine. Groovy. Let's go ahead and get the artillery going. Yes. Get the artillery going. Let's go ahead and get the radio gear going. Yeah. These are the long... Alright, and we now have army experience programming. Groovy, groovy, groovy. FPS is going okay. Stream health is going very poorly. Now the stream health is okay. Now the stream health is poorly. Well, I apologize beforehand. Hopefully this isn't too horrible for whatever you're watching. Whenever you're managing to watch it. So, get us an auto. We like auto. Alright, so I'm not above save scumming. I'm not playing this in Iron Man. I'm not worried about, like, achievements or anything like that. One of the things that we're going to want to do is... Do I even care? No, whatever. One of the things that we're going to want to do is save scum in order to take Austria and Czechoslovakia. The whole point is to take them and show it off. And basically, you're playing against the random number generator. I think by taking the integrate the railroads that we have the best chance of not needing to save scum, but I'm not above save scumming when it will actually give us something interesting to play to make a video out of. So whatever, we'll see how things go. We're not quite there yet to where we have to be worrying about it, but I just wanted to say it up front just in case people get all bent out of shape if I have to do it a little bit later, right? Right. What do we have? 72 pre-war fighters, 12 close air support, 12 tactical bombers. Yeah. Whatever. Sure. Go ahead and deploy, because deploy. Why not? Although these guys don't actually get experience, do they, right? If I remember correctly. No, they just have strength. So... So I think, at this point, none of this stuff really matters. I don't think I want to get any of the industrial stuff. Well, maybe I'll get... No, I think I'm gonna, at this point, I'm just gonna save tons of political power for troops and for economics and stuff like that. Eventually, it'll be good to get the military high command pieces once we get closer to war, but we're not really. So I'm gonna save them for when we can go and get more troops up. So I mean, here's a question, right? I need to bum rush the Germans. Maybe getting the mobile infantry, like motorized, up sooner rather than later is a good thing to do. Things can move really fast. I can get some motorized divisions going quickly. Maybe cheaper than tanks, right? But I still need tanks, but I still want tanks. Do I need, you know, what's going to happen? I don't know if it's important to do that or not. I don't. Are we going? We're going. Okay. So, you guys, let's actually just disband everybody. As I recall, you don't have experience or anything like that, so it doesn't matter if we keep you or get rid of you. Once we get a little bit closer to war, we'll worry a lot more about what we're keeping and disbanding. So, we can modify government, but we don't want to. We have planes in reserve. We have no people. Like, we disbanded those guys, the people went back out, and all of a sudden, whoop, our manpower is still gone, right? So, now we have an Otto. We like Otto. No longer king in name only. Alright, so, we're going to demand a referendum with Austria. So, brew we do. So, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to demand our referendum. We're going to go over to these guys, and we're going to improve relations with them. Hello! We want you to like us very, very much. Overwhelmingly so. We're going to improve relations to 100, even though we get a plus 40 already, right? So you're supposed to be the easy one. You're supposed to be the ones that you know, like us a whole bunch. Czechoslovakia will be a little bit more difficult to figure out, right? And Romania is guaranteeing their independence, but weaken independence too. Czechoslovakia is guaranteeing Yugoslavia. Everybody wants to guarantee everybody else. They would normally not like us. Hopefully we can get them to like us. Okay. So. This is too early. I think I kind of want to just... I haven't tried motorized. Maybe this is a boondoggle. This might be a bad idea for the amount of production it's going to take up. But I'm okay with going for it. Alright, so now that we're in 37 though, let's go ahead and get the factory output. Are we good? Yeah, we need a rubber for our planes, but that's fine for now. And we should probably actually start getting our planes going too. Remind me to do that on our next tech. Or next tech piece. So, we actually need to be ready on demand a referendum so I can save to do the save scum. La 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 la. We're gonna go right about to maybe say about here. Okay. Groovy. Alright, save game, save scum. Hungary. Whoops. Hey, that's not the keyboard. Hungary, 1937, save scum, Austria. How's that feel? Feels good? Feels good to be like right on the cutting edge of save scumming? Alright, Austria. Tell me what you can do. Alright, we're not going to do anything because we want to do the restoration right after the referendum happens. And you can get a waste of time. Excellent. Alright, so... Austria votes to unite with Hungary. At the same time, you know, there might have been a horrible disaster in the United States, but that's the United States. Alright, so, now that we got this, it's going to go fast. Now we're going to pause again. I want to do the national focus to core everything up. Absolutely. Also, in order to get us to be able to get Czechoslovakia, because that's important. Military factories, that's important too. So I did not get the anti-tank going because I'm a bitch. Let's go ahead and get the anti-tank going. Let's go ahead and put it right underneath the towed artillery. What do we got? One more. Let's go ahead and put it into infantry equipment that we will need eventually. Right? Groovy. Still no manpower worth talking about, but we should have unassigned divisions. Shift click, shift click. You guys all go to Mr. Blue in the cellar with the candlestick. Yes, something along those lines. You should not have your fingers on the WASD keys when you're playing a Paradox game. Just so we're clear here, right? Groovy. So, one of the things to note here is that we actually have two different types of divisions. So I'm gonna actually change you to be the poopy, your pawn. You're small, so if we were to look at him, he's only 6 columns. He's got nothing in him. These guys are much better, right? These have 9 guys and also an engineering company, so we don't actually have to research engineering company if we always use this division. So I'm gonna rename you because I like to rename my division so I know exactly what they are. You're I9 plus E. We will rename you. Ding. Groovy. Got our paratroopers. We're not ready to do anything with them yet. We got a whole bunch of stuff that is useless because, I don't know, because the AI likes to do useless things. That's fine. So for now, let us compare 4 plus recon. Recon is good. 4 plus recon or, whoops, bollocks. 4 plus recon or, this is also 4 plus recon, so maybe it doesn't matter. Do we like them better in 1 column or 2 columns? Probably also doesn't matter. Hard to say. For now, we'll go ahead and go with these guys. So 4 cavalry plus recon. Rename you. So, like, when we get to 10 here, like, these guys we actually like. These guys we're going to make be stars because these guys are going to be the guys who are the best guys for us. They will be our stars. Hooray. For now, everything is groovy. Now, we get a whole lot more guys here. These guys are pretty good. These guys are better than our guys, and they're actually full, right? So that's pretty groovy. But we don't really have to worry about combat right now, so we're just going to let everything be. We are doing, right, restoration of Austria-Hungary. After we get Austria-Hungary, then we will go after our lovely friends, the Proggies. The Proggies. These guys are a little more difficult, but we will do our best to improve relations with them, and they will like us a whole bunch. But we don't have to worry about that until we're attempting to actually change their brains. Woo! Okay. Roll. Everything's groovy. How are we doing on construction? We're getting to the next one. Maybe a little infrastructure, right? If I recall. Infrastructure can be a little iffy here. Can't hurt to get things up a little bit better. Amelia Earhart didn't make it this time. Sometimes she does, sometimes she doesn't. Groovy. Support weapons are important. I think we can maybe start getting our mobile planning speed, division speed. Right, I think what we need to do is start getting mobile warfare doctrine going now, if I remember correctly, just to get our division speed going. So you might as well start it earlier rather than later. I think it's 249 rather than 270 because of the guy that we got, right? So one of the things that we can do, we can let that go. We can go back to these guys, we can edit it, and we can add support artillery. And how much is that? Alright, so pause, everything pause. Leadership purges. Phoenix from the ashes. Neighbors undoubtedly eye the proceedings in Budapest suspiciously. Alright, so the next thing that we want to do is to protect Czechoslovakia. We'll go ahead and get started on that. Now you... Aren't you going to, like, tell me how much I need in order to do this? Or do I need to click you in order to do that? Nope. You're just going to do it. Okay, well, hopefully I have enough artillery. Probably not. Let's see what the horrible thing I just did. Apparently that was good. That was enough. You guys are good on your artillery? Whatever you need, dude. Right, we really can't do anything. Once we get to the Bledsoe Agreement, we can, like, burn through a whole bunch of our political stuff through here. But for now... well, for now, it's been about 30 minutes, so I'm going to actually pause it here. Take a short little break to deal with some exigencies of biology, and we'll come back and we'll discuss just exactly what we're going to be doing with Czechoslovakia next, okay? So for now, my name is Mig, and I am 10-7. Over and out.